into. So I've been working with IBM for almost 7 years now, and I see that this is what the industry is looking is into these areas moving forward, the mobile technology, cloud, and big data and analytics, for example. Of course, there are pros and cons. I think we can share this presentation. It's about more jobs outside India. There could be a part-time, full-time concept here. There is no background needed, and the salaries can also be like quite a good salary to start with, about 25,000 rupees per month and so on. And as Mr. Vinod mentioned, we can do the BCA and MCA also. Even if you are not an engineer, you can still continue with that faculty here. Okay. What are the emerging industries? Okay, so there is one question I want to ask. What kind of advertisement do we see on the TV these days? Can someone tell me? Advertisement kई जो है TV में? हाँ? Idea, Vodafone, OLX. हमारा तो हूँ तो खाली एक तक बेच एडवर्टाइज हो चुक. BJP and Congress, isn't it? So that is also another emerging industry, politics. Isn't that great? Yes, it is, BJP and Congress. Yes, but we do see Vodafone, Idea, for example. What else? Do we see Marlex pressure cooker? Hawkins QCT bedi खुशबू की खुशबू उड़ी. ये आने से अभी एडवर्टाइज. पसीली ये ढेर से कपड़े मैं कैसे धोऊं? अच्छा साबुन कौन सा लाऊं? We don't see that anymore, okay? So the things are changing. So the industry which is changing is like into the telecom industry, OLX, which is what someone told about. So that's a new thing which is coming up right now. Mobile, Flipkart. Do we see Flipkart? Shop anywhere. For example, e-commerce. That's true. E-commerce is a very upcoming industry. Again, this could be IT, non-IT, could be combination of that. So there are a lot of things which is happening here. Where do you spend most of your time and money? We already spoke about time, where we spend, correct? WhatsApp and Facebook, 99% of the time. So where else do you spend your money? Watching movies, food, yes, clothes. These are the typical areas we spend money. Correct? So these are the new things which is of course coming up here. So what are the emerging industries? So the reason I wanted to put here is that the retail is definitely a new emerging industry. We see a lot of malls and all this coming, which is going to increase also moving forward. So this is something that you may want to look beyond engineering, beyond commerce also. And after retail to blood match, for example. So there is something that you can explore further. How can I take my, agar mara papa no pan business hoy retail, how can I take to the next level? Mara potana papa no bhi dukan se gala stores, but unfortunately or whatever reason, I didn't get into my father's business. I went into the computer, but I am actually supporting the retail industry in the Asia Pacific region. So whatever I'm learning from my father, I'm giving it back to the large retailers, which is good, isn't it? So that is one. Telecom industry, mobile technology. We talked about Vodafone, Idea, and so on. Ullu banai, ullu. So there is something which is the mobile technology and mobile commerce, which is what is coming up these days. Correct? So that is also which is very important. Media entertainment, we see a lot of reality shows, for example, yeah, and animation, cartoons. How many of you play Temple Run, Angry Birds, all those things, correct? Yeah, so those are the things in the upcoming year. So we need to really improve in that. Event management, which is also an upcoming industry, so think of it. And the hospitality, travel and tourism, people going outside is also becoming very critical. So the reason I put this chart here, again for everybody, parents mate pan, as well as children mate, but you must think beyond. Traditional kachi samaj ma je style che, can we think slightly different beyond what we have been doing today? All these industries are young industry, okay? Hamraj badi chalu dekhe 3 varas, 4 varas, not very old industry, which means we are also young here. So you may want to consider moving forward. Not enough organized training programs, so everybody is learning phase. Everybody is in a learning phase right now. It's a good that you can be also one of the pioneers in that particular industry. So why not? Something to think about. So when I started my engineering, I was the 3rd batch in computer engineering, for example, at that time. So I was one of the pioneers of the computer industry at that time. But now you see, yeah. Thank you so much for listening. I know it can be a bit of boring because this is the last thing I wanted to talk about, but I didn't have a choice but to do this presentation. So I now request my colleagues to talk about their presentation. Thank you so much for listening.